So the very title, Reach for the Top, shows that somewhere we are talking about an individual's struggle, okay, which he does to, or which he makes in order to achieve his aims and fulfill his dreams. And from a very ground level, just with the help of his struggle, he successfully has taken up good leaps and bounds and had reached a height. And this chapter is being divided into two parts. First, we'll be talking about Santosh Yadav. Okay. Second, we'll be talking about Maria Sharapova. The very third thing which I would like to deal here is with the genre on which it is falling. Okay, the genre which is catering. It is a biographical note. Okay, a life history of someone is being taken into consideration and being spoken. Okay, and now we will take up the basic contents of the chapter. Okay, Ashish. Okay, it is about individual struggle to achieve one's dream and passion. Dono hi chapters, both the chapters. If you take the chapter regarding when we talk the life history or life paragraph of someone like Santosh Yadav and Maria Sharapova, we find that these both ladies, they did a huge struggle. बहुत strong struggle है इनका to reach the dream, to reach their dreams, okay, to achieve their dreams. So it's a huge struggle to achieve one's dream and passion. Okay. Second content which I'll take up is that both the characters taken up for study are female. Why not male? Why haven't we taken a male character in this? अगर क्यों मेल कैरेक्टर को क्या स्ट्रगल करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है?
मैम जया बहुत बोलना चाहती है, बेचारी अंदर से भरी पड़ी, जया बोलो।
ओके, मौका दिया जाएगा, पूरा भरपूर मौका दिया जाएगा बोलने का, ठीक है? सो मेल ऑल्सो हैज टू स्ट्रगल अ लॉट, उनको भी बहुत स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है, ठीक है? लेकिन जस्ट हम जेंडर बाइनरीज में नहीं जा रहे हैं, हम जेंडर स्ट्रगल में नहीं जा रहे हैं कि मेल फीमेल का एक्ट है, बट एक बहुत ही जेन्युइन वे में सोचने वाली बात ये है कि when I am talking about reach for the top, I am talking about an individual struggle to achieve one's dream and passion, and we have taken female characters. Okay, why we have taken a female characters? A very genuine reason to take female characters. यहाँ gender binaries की हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम बिल्कुल एक रियल फैक्ट की तरफ से बात कर रहे हैं कि I know I cannot debunk, I cannot deny the fact that men do not struggle to achieve their dreams and passion. They do. But it becomes very difficult when it comes for a woman to survive. Okay. The struggle, the rate of struggle, the intensity of struggle, the adjective which we use for the struggle of a noun, women, is more intense. ठीक है, वो जो adjective लगेगा वो बहुत ही intense होगा women noun के साथ when compared to the adjective used with the men. Am I clear? ठीक है, so that's why they have taken these two female characters. Okay, because till date, if you see one thing, how in past few years the rate in the growth of women in the fields of academic, then in the field of sports, then in all other miscellaneous fields, you will find that the number of women has increased a lot. Okay, So these chapters like these, then when talk about reach of the for the top, and when they are involving only female characters, somewhere they are trying to give boost, somewhere they are trying to point out, somewhere they try to bring out the element of conflict and the struggle which women do to achieve their success. Okay, the third thing which I'll be taking up is that both the characters, they are related to sports. Okay, one is a badminton player and another is a climber. The last concept, which is of insider and outsider, this is a concept which I would like to introduce to you. Children, literature should never be read from only one perspective. ठीक है, अगर इस कंटेंट में women का struggle दिया हुआ है, then how they achieve success in the field of sports, which is something taken up as and absurd or something बहुत ही अजूबा सा चीज, which is not taken up as a women's game or field. There they have made their success, क्योंकि एक women को जब वो फील्ड में आती है, ओपन फील्ड में आती है, she has to face a lot of problems, a lot of issues which are very genuine. Okay, तो इन कंसेप्ट्स को ध्यान में रख के एक और कंसेप्ट पे सोचो, and that is the concept of insider and outsider. Insider and outsider के कहने का मेरा मतलब ये है कि the character of संतोष यादव वो एक इंडियन कैरेक्टर है, ठीक है, and the character of Maria Sharapova is a white character, एक विदेशी है, she's a Russian. So you can see that there is a difference, how the difference between an insider and outsider, white और black का difference किस तरह से डिबंक हो जाता है. दोनों को अपने अपने लेवल्स पे स्ट्रगल करना पड़ता है, ठीक है. यहाँ पे मैं तुम्हें थोड़ा सा एक कंसेप्ट देना चाहूंगी रेशियल डिस्क्रिमिनेशन का, कि किस तरह से अगर हम ये देखें, अगर क्योंकि ये चैप्टर पे अगर हम मारिया शारापोवा को भी ले आए और वी टॉक अबाउट संतोष यादव, दोनों ही एक बहुत ही अलग अलग पैरामीटर और ज्योग्राफिकल जोन से बिलोंग करते हैं, ठीक है. एक का ज्योग्राफिकल जोन जहां इंडिया है, दूसरा का वही अब्रॉड है, और अब्रॉड को हम अपने आप में यहाँ से बैठ करके ईस्ट वेस्ट को बहुत ज्यादा वो मानता है कि वेरी डेवलप्ड है, नेचुरली वहां पे लोगों को डिफिकल्टीज नहीं होते हैं. ओके, दे हैव रूल्ड मेनी पीपल. हम लोग खुद इंडिया ही, इट वाज रूल्ड बाय मेनी अदर पीपल्स, many foreigners, they ruled on us. Britishers ruled for a long time, everything. तो यहाँ इस लास्ट पॉइंट से आई जस्ट वांट टू ड्रॉ वन कंक्लूजन, वन पॉइंट की तरफ मैं तुम्हें अट्रैक्ट करना चाहती हूँ, वो है कि the struggle, the difference is not only faced by women in India. Women in abroad also face same issues. They too have the same struggle length. ऐसा नहीं है कि if the nations are developed and they are economically very strong and all, so they don't have their biases. They do have their biases. ठीक है. तो here when Santosh Yadav is also facing racial discrimination and all hardships while taking up a career, here Maria Sharapova also is she's also facing some of the other issues. Okay, she is also facing some of the other issues while taking up her career. Okay, so now take up how many okay, we can take up something. The only woman in the world who has scaled Mount Everest twice was born in a society where the birth of son was regarded as a blessing, and a daughter, though not considered as a curse, was not generally welcome. Okay, so here It is being talked about the time, the family background, and the societal situation where, though the birth of girl was not taken up as a curse, situation, circumstances has no doubt they have improved a lot. Okay, so women, they are not taken up as curse, but they are not given priority in taking up their career. Okay, they are not being given that much importance in taking or choosing their career and all. So this lady, the person about whom we are going to talk, she is the only woman in the world who has scaled Mount Everest twice and was born in a society where the birth of son was regarded as a blessing. No doubt, birth of son is regarded as a blessing till date. But, and the daughter, though not considered a curse, was not generally welcome. उसको अभिशाप भी नहीं मानते थे, birth of a girl. माने कि थोड़ा सा डेवलपमेंट आ गया स्टेटस में, सोसाइटी में. So it is not taken up as a birth of a girl child, is not taken up as a curse, but it is not also welcome. Okay? When her mother was expecting Santosh, a traveling holy man giving her his blessing assumed that she wanted a son. Okay, so when she was expecting this girl, Santosh, so a traveling holy man giving her his blessings assumed that she wanted a son. She was blessed by a holy man that she'll be blessed with a boy. But to everyone's surprise, the unborn child's grandmother, who was standing close by, told him that they did not want a son. A very drastic change in the situation. Grandmother, she didn't wanted a son. The holy man was also surprised, and the answer which she gave to the holy man, he was very much surprised that how come in India someone is not welcoming a boy. Nevertheless, he gave the requested blessing, and as destiny would have it, the blessing seemed to work. Okay, he gave the blessing. Okay, fine, you'll be blessed with a girl. And as destiny would have it, the blessing seemed to work. Means a girl child was born. Santosh was born the sixth child in the family with 5 sons, a sister to 5 brothers. Now see, if there would have been only girl child in the family, the blessing which the holy man gave of a son, the grandmother would have accepted it very readily. But since in the family there was already 5 brothers, so it was just a luxury, just a desire to have a girl. They already had 5 boys in the family. And so this grandmother's wish was just a luxury to have a girl child, a desire to have it, so that the 5 brothers can have a sister. So you can see the concept of discrimination. Okay, how it is. Till date, when we have grown up so much, we are so much modern in our thinking, everything is there, but still we possess the same thought, somewhere or the other. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So today we'll be taking up this chapter, Reach for the Top. Okay, it is basically a biographical text. Okay, 2 eminent personality, both from the field of sports, they are being discussed in this chapter. ठीक है, हम उन दोनों के बारे में इस चैप्टर पे पढ़ेंगे. And it is a biographical sketch. It means that someone else is talking about their life struggle, and in between you will find their in quote wordings. ठीक है, in the mid of the text तुम्हें कहीं कहीं पे उनके through their mouth you will find quotations. ठीक है, but as a whole we take it as a biographical reading. Now the character in this 2, part 1 and part 2, Reach for the Top. Both are concerned with the field of sports. Then the fourth point to be taken up is that two different geographical locations. One is in India and one is in abroad. Okay? Two geographical location. Characters are female. Both are female personalities. And in this chapter, the main concern, the main theme, the thematic concern of the chapter is the life struggle to achieve their dream and passion. Then, if we take both the characters, these two characters from two different geographical locations, if we take, one is Santosh Yadav, she's from India, and she chose the profession, or she chose the sport of mountain climbing. Then we have Maria Sharapova, the ace tennis player. She's from Russia, and then okay, American citizenship she takes later. So these are the contents which we will take up in this chapter. Am I clear to everyone? These are the basic viewpoints that we will take up. The very title, Children Reach for the Top, suggests what? The very title, Reach for the Top, suggests that the human struggle, an individual struggle, okay, that they face, जो वो फेस करते हैं लाइफ में, एक इंडिविजुअल की स्ट्रगल अपने ड्रीम को, अपने पैशन को पाने के लिए, okay, that is being taken up. And reach for the top means कि that person is somewhere at the very ground level, okay, और वहां से कैसे 0 point से वो अपनी खुद की स्ट्रगल करके on the top at the 100 level that person, ठीक है. तो this shows that an individual's life struggle, कि कैसे वो एक इंडिविजुअल लाइफ में स्ट्रगल करता है, चाहे सोसाइटी का स्ट्रगल हो, खुद का फिजिकल प्रेशर हो, मेंटल प्रेशर हो, देन फिर जो एक प्रोफेशनल फील्ड में जो स्ट्रगल होता है, जेंडर बायस होता है, एवरीथिंग वन हैज टू फेस, चाहे मॉनेटरी इश्यूज हो, कोई भी इशू हो, तो वो सारे एक स्ट्रगल, एक अम्ब्रेला टर्म स्ट्रगल के अंडर में आ जाता है, ठीक है. तो इन दिस चैप्टर वी आर गोइंग टू read about the life struggle of these two eminent sports personalities. As I've already told you that two geographical locations हैं, two different geographical locations. एक आपको Indian location है and one is abroad location. We always have this assumption that the people living in abroad, they live a very developed life, especially the Americans, Russians, Britons, Germans, all they have a very lavish life. They are very much developed. But children, when it comes to struggle, when it comes to a struggle, and that too in a women's context, the level, the intensity of that struggle is nowhere less. चाहे तुम अब्रॉड में ले लो या फिर इंडिया में ले लो, चाहे वो स्ट्रगल व्हाइट का हो या ब्लैक का हो, ठीक है, स्ट्रगल दोनों का बराबर होता है. क्योंकि यहाँ पर में जेंडर जो कलर है व्हाइट एंड ब्लैक का, या फिर विद इन कंट्री इंडिया और अब्रॉड का, ये सारे नोशंस डिबंक हो जाते हैं, डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाते हैं, ठीक है. सिर्फ एक कंसेप्ट काम करता है, वो है जेंडर बाइनरी, वो है मेल फीमेल का कंसेप्ट, ये डिफरेंस काम करता है सर, ठीक है. तो यहाँ पर में चाहे मारिया शारापोवा हो या संतोष यादव, both has to face a lot of issues, a struggle to construct their identity, ठीक है. And it is their hard work and the struggle and the determination, strong determination, I should use this word, determination, okay, a very strong word in achieving one's dream and passion. If you are determined, you can do anything. It is your determination which makes you do or achieve your dream or passion. So this text, reach for the top, will somewhere or the other will echo the concept of determination. ये जो डिटर्मिनेशन का कंसेप्ट है, स्ट्रगल का कंसेप्ट तो है ही, लेकिन डिटर्मिनेशन टू रीच फॉर द टॉप कैन बी सीन इन दिस चैप्टर वेरी क्लियर. ठीक है, सो लेट्स टेक अप रीच फॉर द टॉप का फर्स्ट पार्ट. ओके, एंड इट इज अबाउट संतोष यादव. ठीक, the only woman in the world who has scaled Mount Everest twice, was born in a society where the birth of son was regarded as a blessing. Okay, so we are talking about this personality, Santosh Yadav, who is credited with the who is credited to scale Mount Everest twice. Okay, and she's born in an environment where the presence or the birth of a male child is taken up as more is taken up in good vibes when it is compared to the birth of a girl child. And the daughter, though not considered a curse, was not generally welcomed. See a very contrasting statement. Underline this statement. Okay, that a daughter, though not considered a curse, was not generally welcomed. It means it's giving a very two contrasting images, that a very a hidden in a very hidden way, in a very subtle way, both are very negative. Okay, it's not considered as a curse. The birth of a girl child is not considered as a curse. She was born in a society where the birth of a child is not girl is not considered as a curse, but it is not welcomed also. Okay, when her mother was expecting Santosh, a traveling holy man giving her his blessings, assumed that she wanted a son. Okay, so while this lady, Santosh mother, she was expecting her. Okay, and one day a holy hermit, he was passing by, and he assumed that she needs the blessing of to have a son. But to everyone's surprise, the unborn child's grandmother, who was standing close by, told him that they did not want a son. Now the grandmother, it is very amazing, but when you will read further, you will come to know the reason behind this surprised statement. She said that, no, we don't need a son. The holy man was also surprised. While I am reading, when you are reading this text or these lines, you are being surprised that how come a grandmother is not wishing to have a to have a child. That's something impossible in an Indian society. And the passing, this holy man was also quite surprised to listen to it. Nevertheless, he gave her the requested blessing, and as destiny would have it, the blessing seemed to work. And he was surprised, but still he gave them the blessing that, okay, you'll be blessed with a daughter. And that blessing worked, and Santosh was born. However, the blessing seemed to work. Santosh was born, the sixth child in the family with 5 sons. Underline it. She was born as a 6th child, and before her, there were the 5 sons were already present there. So can you relate with the statement of grandmother? Can you relate this statement with grandmother's statement? That why she said that we don't need any son? Because she already had 5. And the birth of a girl child was just a desire, a luxury a passion for her. But if suppose there would have been 5 daughters, she would have not spoken these words that we don't need a boy. Okay, so you just see how contrasting the statement and thoughts are. She was born in a small village of Jonia Vas of Rewari district in Haryana. So she was born in Haryana, a small village of Jonia Vas of Rewari. Okay? The girl was given the name Santosh, which means contentment. But Santosh was not always content with her place in a traditional way of life. She was blessed with, she was given, she was christened with the name of Santosh. And the meaning of Santosh is to be contented. Can you give a boy a name? Can you just, why she was given this name of Santosh? Though boys also have same name. Okay, boys also have same name. But Santosh was not always contented with her place in a traditional way of life. She was not meant to live a traditional way of life in which she was situated. So she was acting all opposite and all against the name which she was endowed with. She began living life on her own terms from the start. And from the very beginning, she was living life on her own terms. Where other girls were traditional Indian dresses, wore in traditional Indian dresses, Santosh preferred sports. Looking back, she says now, from the very beginning, I was quite determined that if I chose a correct and a rational path, the others around me had to change, not me. Underline this word, underline the quotations, children. From the very beginning, I was quite determined that if I chose a correct and a rational path, the others around me had to change, not me. Santosh preferred sports. And looking back, she is to all the struggles, she says that from the very beginning she knew, and it is very true also, children, that if you are adamant in doing what you want to do, and if you are adamant and if you are correct in your path, the others will have to change their path. They will adjust according to you. Okay, but for that you should have a very strong willpower, a very strong determination, and you should be correct and righteous in the mode of your achieving success, the mode of your achieving your dream, your passion. Okay, I can see many of you have just switched off your cameras. Okay. Santosh's parents were affluent landowners who could afford to send their children to the best schools, even to the country's capital, New Delhi, which was quite close by. So she belonged to a very affluent family. Affluent means that they were well-to-do. Okay, they had good amount of money and prosperity with them, and they could afford to teach their, give education, good education to the children, and even to the schools in the capital, as Delhi was near to them. But in line with the prevailing custom in the family, Santosh had to make do with the local village school. But Santosh she was admitted to a local school, local village school, because it was the family tradition. Girls could not be taken up to cities and capitals for studies. They have to study at the local school. The only benefit was that she was being educated. So she decided to fight the system in her own quiet way. When the right moment arrived, and the right moment came when she turned 60. Now see, children, she decided to fight the odds. she decided to fight against the discrimination which she was facing. But she chose or waited for the right moment and right time to come. Okay, and what was that right time? It was when she turned 16. At 16, most of the girls in her village used to get married. Santosh was also under pressure from her parents to do the same. She was admitted to a local school, a village school. No doubt, she studied. She knew that, yes, I have to go out from here. But she kept quiet. She took her academic seriously. But when she turned 16, and since at that time the society was very strict in getting a girl married off at the age of 16, 17, 18. At that time, when many girls in the village were getting married, she stood up to fight against it. And she started speaking. There she showed her agitation. Okay, because she knew that after marriage she won't be able to fulfill her dreams, passion. A marriage as early as that was the last thing on her mind, because marriage in her mind was at the very last step. It was not it was not her priority. She threatened her parents that she would never marry if she did not get a proper education. She threatened her parents that she will not, if she doesn't get or if she isn't provided with good academic education, अगर उसको अच्छी education नहीं दी जाएगी, so she is never going to marry, and she was adamant to it. अब एक बात और देखो, उसने resist किया, parents के words को defy किया, but for a right cause, not for anything which is wrong. ठीक है, अपने राइट्स के लिए लड़ना ठीक है, लेकिन सही और गलत भी पता होना चाहिए. This is the most important thing. She left home and got herself enrolled in a school in Delhi. And the first thing she what was the first thing she performed? She just enrolled herself in a school in Delhi. So she decided to fight the system in her own. When her parents refused to pay for her education, she politely informed them of her plans to earn money by working part-time to pay her school fees. Her parents said that, okay, go and enroll yourself in a school, public school in any of your schools in Delhi. But remember, we won't pay fees. And she very quietly and politely, she didn't show any aggression, anger. Politely she said, okay, fine. If you are not going to pay my school fees, okay, fine. I'll do part-time jobs. And it is very hard for parents to see their child working. Okay. And this was the emotional blackmail, or this was the trump card which she played. And her parents agreed to pay for her academia. Wishing always to study a bit more, and with her father slowly getting used to her urge for more education. Slowly and steadily, her parents also came to know that now she is going to take her academia very seriously and she's going to study hard. So we have to pay and we have to move with the child. Santosh passed the high school examination and went to Jaipur. She joined Maharani College and got a room in Kasturba Hostel. Santosh remembers Kasturba Hostel faced the Aravalli Hills. I used to watch villages from my room, going up the hill and suddenly vanishing after a while. One day I decided to check it out myself. I found nobody except a few mountaineers. So the window, okay, the window of the Aravalli, hostel which faced the which children, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, fine, because I think from my side the screen has stopped. Okay. Reach for the top, and we are dealing with Santosh Yadav. Okay. Okay. So till now what we have seen that her parents by now they are aware of the fact that yes, my child or the Santosh, she is having a greed for education. ठीक है, उसको बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ना है. तो अब तक उसके पेरेंट्स उसके नेचर को अंडरस्टैंड कर चुके. एंड व्हाट दे आर डूइंग नाउ, दे आर फंडिंग हर. अब वो अपना हाई स्कूल पास कर गया एंड देन शी हैज नाउ टेकन एडमिशन इन एट जयपुर, ओके, महारानी कॉलेज. और वहां पे उसने कस्तूरबा हॉस्टल लिया. And from the windows of her hostel, she used to see that some villagers used to climb that mountain, and after some time they all disappeared. And she became very curious about it, that what is happening, where are these villagers going. और इसी क्यूरोसिटी को काम डाउन करने के लिए, सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए वो क्या करती है, खुद एक दिन टेस्ट करने, चेक करने निकलती है कि लेट्स सी व्हाट्स हैपनिंग, वेयर आर दीस विलेजेस गोइंग. और जब वहां पहुंचती है तो टू हर सरप्राइज इट इज नॉट द विलेजर्स, इट इज द माउंटेनर्स. ओके, द क्लाइंबिंग एक्सपीडिशन टीम. और वो she asks them that she takes permission that can I join your team, and they encourage her that yes, you can join the mountaineering team. And see children, एक बार देखो कि अगर किसी चीज के प्रति तुम्हारे अंदर क्यूरोसिटी है, ठीक है, जिज्ञासा है, तभी तुम उसके पीछे भागते हो और उसको सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए और अपनी उस थर्स्ट को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए, उस क्यूरोसिटी को पाने के लिए तुम मेहनत करते हो, है कि नहीं. अब जैसे कि मान लो तुम्हारे ही लैंग्वेज में, अगर जैसे कि ये मोबाइल गेम्स होते हैं, कोई एक तुमने गेम देखा तो तुम्हारे अंदर कितनी क्यूरोसिटी होती है ना, स्ट्रॉन्ग वाली, कि व्हाई नॉट लेट्स सी ऑल दीज, एक बार देखते हैं ये गेम खेल करके क्या होता है, लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. ये क्यूरोसिटी होती है ना तुम्हारे अंदर. तो इस क्यूरोसिटी के लिए तुम लोग क्या करते हो, फिर उस गेम को रेगुलरली खेलते हो. एक बार यू लॉस द मैच, ट्वाइस थ्राइस यू लॉस, बट कंटिन्यूअसली तुम पूरी रात लगा देते हो, पूरी दिन लगा देते हो, कितना स्ट्रगल दिखाते हो, कितना पैशन दिखाते हो पबजी के लिए, है ना. और अल्टीमेटली गेम सीख ही लेते हो. तो वही क्यूरोसिटी, वही एंथुजियाज्म अगर तुम अपने करियर को लेके, अपनी पढ़ाई को लेकर के अगर तुम रखो, तो यू कैन अचीव हाइट्स और यू कैन डू वंडर्स इन योर फील्ड. कर सकते हो कि नहीं. तो सेम यही इसके साथ भी है, संतोष के साथ, कि एक क्यूरोसिटी कि आखिरकार उस पहाड़ पे वो विलेजर्स चढ़ते हैं और फिर जाते कहाँ हैं. और उस क्यूरोसिटी को शांत करने के लिए, क्वाइट करने के लिए शी गोज देयर. ओके, और वहां जाके शी कम्स टू नो दैट नो, इट इज नॉट द विलेजेस बट इट इज द माउंटेनर्स. ठीक है. आफ्टर दैट, then there was no looking back for this determined young girl. Then from that very day there was no chance of looking back. It means now she has got a goal, aim, vision in her life, and now she is moving towards it. ठीक है. Okay, fine. She saved money and enrolled in a course at Uttarkashi Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. My college semester in Jaipur was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May, and I was supposed to be in Uttarkashi on the 21st. So I did not go back home. Instead, I headed straight for the training. I had to write a letter of apology to my father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarkashi. Just underline these words. Okay. My college semester in Jaipur was to end in April. From there to Uttarkashi. Underline the quote. So you see the determination in her. Okay, she's saying कि she had to join the academy there. Okay, and she और उसका जो college semester था वो 21st को वहां पे end कर गया. When did her college semester? 19th May को. And on 21st she had to join that Uttarkashi wala academy. Okay, so what did she did? घर न जाके, she didn't went to her home, and she directly headed towards that academy. And remember one thing, child, that if she is agitating, if she is arguing, if she is working against her parents, she is following a right path, and for her right decision, she is arguing with her parents. She's not arguing with her parents on wrong things. Am I clear to everyone? And she wrote a letter of apology to her father that she has enrolled herself to in an academy, okay, and so she won't be able to come. Not a single where place you will find that she has hidden any fact from her parents. चाहे उसको अपने पेरेंट्स को थ्रेटन करना पड़े, उनसे थोड़ा सा जिद करना पड़े या लड़ना पड़े, लेकिन उसने कोई बात अपने पेरेंट्स से छुपाई नहीं. ठीक है, तो ये देखो कि लाइफ में अपने लिए स्ट्रगल करना, अपने ड्रीम और पैशन को पाना इज वेरी गुड थिंग, बट you should never hide anything from your parents. Never. Okay. Thereafter, Santosh went on an expedition every year. And from now on, she is going regularly to the expedition. Her climbing skills matured rapidly. और continuous practice से क्या होता है कि आपके अंदर का जो skills जिसको आप develop करना चाहते हैं, it gets polished. Okay. Resistance and also she developed a remarkable resistance to cold and the altitude. For mountaineer people, for climbers, it is very important to have a very strong resistance. Okay, and also to cope up with high and low altitude temperatures. ये बहुत जरूरी है. और वो देखो, रेजिस्टेंस किसी चीज के लिए या किसी हार्ड सिचुएशन को फेस करने के लिए वन शुड बी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग फ्रॉम माइंड. अगर माउंट एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ना है तो जैसे जैसे एल्टीट्यूड, हाई एल्टीट्यूड की तरफ जाते हो तो क्या होता है, टेम्परेचर फॉल्स and it becomes very difficult for one to breathe, to cope up, because there is decrease in the atmospheric and oxygen level. उस टाइम पे कैसे अपना पेशेंस रख के and also to care about others' life is the top most priority of the mountaineers. और इस चीज को अचीव करने के लिए क्या है, you should have a strong resistance, a strong willpower, which she was developing with regular practice. Okay. Equipped with an iron will physical endurance and amazing mental toughness, she proved herself repeatedly. Underline these words. Equipped with an iron will. Her will was as strong as an iron. Okay. Physical endurance and amazing mental toughness. See the metaphorical languages which are being used. Okay, these adjectives which are being used. They are putting stress on the efforts which are being put by Santosh in achieving her dreams, her passion, her career. Okay. She proved herself repeatedly. The culmination of her hard work and sincerity came in 1992. Culmination, उसका हार्ड वर्क और जितना भी उसने एफर्ट्स लगाया था उस सब का एक पॉइंट आया जहां पे उसका रिजल्ट शो होने लगा. ओके, results started coming out, and it was in the year in 1992. Just 4 years after she had shyly asked the Aravalli mountaineers if she could join them. And it was 4 years, barely 4 years after that incident where she asked those mountaineers that can she join their group or not. Okay, just in a span of 4 years, she created a new Santosh from within. Through her hard work, okay, through her perseverance, through her resistance. At barely 20 years of age, Santosh Yadav scaled Mount Everest, becoming the youngest woman in the world to achieve the feat. Now see, she's not an Indian achiever, she is a world achiever. Just at the age of 20, barely at the age of 20, she achieved this achievement. She climbed Mount Everest and became the youngest woman in the world to climb Mount Everest. If her climbing skills, physical fitness, and mental strength impressed her seniors, her concern for others and desire to work together with them found her a special place in the heart of fellow climbers. Now, you can see that Santosh was not only a hard worker and attracted the attention of her teachers, her mentors, her guides, but also a good human being from within. Okay, it was her nature of helping others and the spirit of working together. It made her popular among her friends. Okay, so you can imagine, so you can see that how she is gaining a reputation. Not only, and she is winning the hearts of not only her seniors, but also her colleagues, her friends. Okay, why do we say that one should always, that before you achieve anything, you should have that innate quality, or you should possess the quality of humaneness. इंसान बनने के पहले इंसानियत सीखनी चाहिए, है ना? वो ह्यूमेन क्वालिटी तुम्हारे अंदर सबसे पहले आनी चाहिए. तुम चाहे जो कर लो, कितनी भी अचीवमेंट कर लो, लेकिन अगर तुम्हारे अंदर पोलाइटनेस नहीं है, काइंडनेस नहीं है, एक दूसरे के प्रति कंसर्न नहीं है, so I don't think it is any use of gaining so much of success. है कि नहीं? क्योंकि if you are born as a human being, you should possess the quality of being humane. साहिल, मेरी क्लास इतनी बोरिंग है. कभी यौन कर रहे हो, कभी ऐसे बैठ रहे हो, कभी वैसे बैठ रहे हो, ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे बुक नहीं है तुम्हारे पास. क्योंकि मुझे बिल्कुल आराम से दिख जा रहा है ये सारी चीजें. all other children, they are having their pencils in hand and then they are underlining things on their book.
मैम कहीं और हूँ, मैम इसलिए बुक नहीं लाया यहाँ पे.
This is not a reason. This is not an excuse. Don't give me this excuse. This is not to be taken up. You are aware of the fact that we are having an English class and it's going on every day. This is not the excuse which you are giving me. I don't appreciate this excuse. Sorry. Okay, fine. So, during the 1992 Everest mission, Santosh Yadav provided special care to a climber who lay dying at the South Pole. Okay. She was unfortunately unsuccessful in saving him. However, she managed to save another climber, Mohan Singh, who would have met with the same fate had she not shared her oxygen with him. So the incidents of 1992 Mount Everest mission, Santosh Yadav, though she tried to save the life of a fellow climber, but she didn't succeed at it. But she succeeded in saving life of Mohan Singh by sharing her own oxygen. Can you imagine? You are scaling at a height of those thousands feet above the sea level, where you know that if oxygen is the topmost priority for your life, and if someone else is dying and comes and asks you that, yes, please, can you share that oxygen with me so that I can save my life? 89% people will think about themselves. Or I should say 90% people will think about themselves. Only 10 or 5% will think about that other. But see that how she has not only worked on her abilities and capacity as a mountaineer, but also she possessed that humane quality within her. Okay. Within 12 months, Santosh found herself a member of an Indo-Nepalese women's expedition that invited her to join them. She then scaled the Everest at second time, thus setting a record as the only woman to have scaled the Everest twice, and securing for herself in India a unique place in the annals of mountaineering. In recognition of her achievements, the Indian government bestowed upon her one of the nation's top honors, Padma Shri. Okay, include this in your biographical sketch that she is a Padma Shri awardee. Padma Shri awardee. She is a Padma Shri awardee. She has been awarded with Padma Shri. So, within 12 months, Santosh found herself a member of Indo-Nepalese Women Expedition. Okay, and through this team, she again scaled Mount Everest second time. Okay, and she set a record not only for India among women, but in the world as a woman who scaled Mount Everest twice. Okay, and gave a very high position not only to herself, her women community, but also to her country. She became the pride of her country. Okay, and for this, she was recognized and given Padma Shri Award. Describing her feelings when she was literally on the top of the world, Santosh has said, underline this quote, literally on top of the world, on top of the world. This is a phrase, top of the world. Okay, what is the meaning of top of the world? What is the meaning of this phrase, top of the world? क्या इसका मतलब है कि जो ग्लोब है उसके ऊपर जाके वो खड़ी हो गई? क्या मतलब है टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड का? Answer me, anyone. You are free to answer me. Anyone can answer me.
मैम
आर्यन बोलो.
मैम मैम पहले तो मैम अटेंडेंस लेनी है और मैम इसका मतलब होता है कि मैम वो बहुत खुश हो गई.
बहुत खुश हो गई.
मैम
खुश
उसने मैम
हैप्पी हो गई वो.
उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा किया मैम जो अभी तक कोई नहीं कर
उसने
पाया
ऐसा
था.
काम करा कि वो
जो
उसको अपने
मैम
पे
गोल
बहुत गर्व हो रहा है.
मैम उन्होंने मैम अपना गोल अचीव कर लिया.
Exactly. She did something which others have not yet done. Okay. Stood at the top of the world means that she stood up. Means that she made her literal figure as a standing stalwart. That yes, she has achieved something, and others have failed to do that. Okay. Santosh?
मैम अटेंडेंस में टाइम हो चुका है.
I'll do it. Wait.
मैम मैंने ले तो लिए मैम. वैसे मैम आपको भेज तो दूंगा मैं.
Okay. I'll take it. Wait. Santosh has said it took some time for the enormity of the moment to sink in. Then I unfurled the Indian tricolor and held it aloft on the roof of the world. The feeling is indescribable. The Indian flag was flying on top of the world. It was truly a spiritual moment. I felt proud as an Indian. Now, she is talking about that momentous moment when she was awarded or was recognized as the only single Indian woman in the world to establish herself at such a high position. Clear? Okay. So till now what we have done, till now we have talked that how with her strong will, determination, and the skills which she polished through hard work, it earned her a lot of success and name and fame. ठीक है कि second time when she scaled Mount Everest, or second time Mount Everest, she became the youngest woman to scale Mount Everest second time. And with scaling the Mount Everest, उसने न सिर्फ अपने लिए name fame जोड़ा, but also she earned name and fame for her country. And for this, she was awarded Padma Shri Award. ठीक है? Now she is in the last paragraph. She is talking about her experience, what she felt while she was unfurling the flag. ठीक है? Describing her feelings when she was literally on the top of the world. ठीक है? कल हम लोग एक फिगरेटिव मीनिंग मैंने तुमसे पूछा था कि ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड का क्या मतलब है, याद है?
Yes, ma'am.
When one gets success, okay, and through hard work and all, तो जो feel उसका है कि he has done a lot through his hard work, so that is a figurative language. But literally का माने सचमुच में. ठीक है? She is saying that on the top of the world, यानी कि she is describing one of her feelings and emotions while she was at the top of the mountain peak, okay, Everest. Santosh has said it took some time for the enormity of the moment to sink in. Okay, so she's saying that it was not at all believable for her also to get down with the success which she has done. Okay, उसको खुद यकीन नहीं हो रहा था कि what achievement she has done. Okay, तो उस achievement को अपने अंदर sink down करने में भी she was hesitating. मैंने it was unbelievable for her. वो उसको इतना pride feel हो रहा था, मैंने उसको खुद अपने पर विश्वास नहीं हो रहा था कि literally her hard work has given her or bore her fruits. Okay. Then I unfurled the Indian tricolor and held it aloft on the roof of the world. Okay, why she's saying roof of the world? Because Mount Everest is at the top. It's taken as a highest peak and all. Okay, so she was telling कि I was when I was unfurling, जब मैं झंडा फहरा रही थी on the top of the world, top of the roof of the world. Okay, she is associating कि मैं आज बिल्कुल वर्ल्ड के सबसे टॉप मोस्ट एवरेस्ट चोटी से I was unfurling the flag. Okay, it was giving her the feel that she's standing at the top of the roof of the world, and from there she is unfurling her national flag. Okay, the identity of her nation, her existence. The feeling was indescribable. Meaning she was not able to describe. It was beyond words. That feeling, that emotion, just it was an abstract noun. Okay, she didn't had those words to explain them. It remained with her with like an emotion to be felt. Okay, the Indian flag was flying on top of the world, and the Indian flag was flying top of the world. It was looking as if that if you just see all around that highest peak, you will see she could just see and imagine only the tricolor flying high. Okay, and that's a moment of immense pride. It was truly a spiritual moment. I felt proud as an Indian. Okay, she felt very spiritual about it. Okay, very it was something a very blessed moment for her, and she felt to be she felt a huge pride of being an Indian. Okay, and on her success. Also a fervent environmentalist, Santosh collected and brought down 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. Now not only she was a good athlete, good human being, okay, good a person of good heart, possessing all humane qualities, but also she was a good environmentalist. Okay, she was very much bothered, concerned about the environment of the place. And what did she did? Along with her own baggage, the weight of her baggage, she carried extra 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalaya ranges. Okay, while returning, she collected all the garbage which she could find there, all around, here and there. So you can see that what qualities she possessed. First of all, she was a rebel, but rebel with a cause, and that cause was correct. है कि नहीं? She was a rebel. She rebelled against her family, but she waited for the right time, right opportunity to rebel. She raised her voice, but while she raised her voice, she raised voice for correct thing. And she knew that yes, if I'm raising voice for it, if I'm going against my parents' will, if I'm rebelling it, I am rebelling it for a right cause. Okay, she was rebelling against the orthodoxy. She wanted to be educated, and getting education is not a crime. And she was gaining education. She succeeded in her academia. She did well. And further she moved. And later on, when she chose to take up mountaineering as her profession, there also she started struggling. And she struggled with full determination that yes, I have to be an ace mountaineering person, and I'll do it and success, and I'll achieve success in it. She informed her parents through letters that yes, I won't be able to come home, and I'm very much sorry about it that I haven't informed you, and I have joined a academy. In the academy, she built up her resistance, tough mental condition, everything, just to succeed in her aim, the profession, the aim, the goal in her life, for which she rebelled against her family. She rebelled against her parents. And it was on her mind, it was her topmost priority that if I'm rebelling against my parents to achieve something in my life, I have to achieve it, so that it would be good for her parents also and for her. है कि नहीं? यही होता है कि नहीं? अगर आप किसी सही चीज के लिए रेबल करते हैं तो आपको वो चीज अपने पेरेंट्स के सामने भी प्रूव करके दिखाना होता है कि yes, I have done it, and the thing for which I rebelled, I did it for the right. It was the right thing for which I rebelled. Okay, so after that she scaled first time Mount Everest, just within 4 years. Within 4 years of choosing the profession, she just brushed her skills. After first expedition, she again went for the second. Through her hard work, she not only gained attention and favor of her seniors, but also because of her humane attitude, she was equally famous and known and loved by her colleagues. Okay. Later, second time also, she scaled Mount Everest, and she was awarded Padma Shri because she not only gained name and fame for herself, but also for the nation. She became the first youngest woman to scale Mount Everest twice. It was a proud moment that an Indian, that too a woman from a very less developed place, just because of her strong willpower, stamina, determination, and to prove one's worth and to establish one's identity, she struggled and she proved herself. And she also describes that momentous moment when she stood at the top of the world, at the highest peak there, and unfurled the national flag. Okay. And she says that moment, that emotion which was coming out from her within, or the emotions which she was feeling, that abstract noun was not to be taken up in words. She just failed to take that abstract noun into words. She failed to frame it into words. Her feelings, her emotions didn't have words. On the top, not only this, she is also concerned about her surrounding. That is the most important thing. अपना घर सब साफ रखते हैं, but घर के बाहर का कूड़ा साफ करना is not everyone's cup of tea. It's not an easy task. ठीक है? So while she was coming down, she took She brought with her 500 kilograms of garbage. So you can see that she carried her own weight. They have to carry oxygen cylinder. They have to carry medical equipments. They have to carry food for them. They have to carry those protecting covers and all, everything. The bag is very heavy. The bag of mountaineers are quite heavy. With that huge load they carry, and on the other, while she was getting down, she was carrying her load, and also she was carrying all those things which was causing hazard to the environment. So you can see that a whole personality, okay, a all-round personality she is. She's a hard worker. She's very truthful. She attained what she wanted to achieve. She made her impression not only among her seniors but also among her colleagues by having that humane quality, humane. humane. Okay, that is an abstract noun. ठीक है? Human beings के अंदर humane quality होना चाहिए. ठीक है? And also a ace environmentalist. Am I clear? Any doubts in the chapter? Any doubts? Any paragraph, stanza that was not clear to you? Any doubts?
Ma'am, no.
Okay, fine.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay, all my intellectuals, open your camera. अब नींद से जागो. बहुत बड़ी